Already done a rogue. Actually, I haven't done a druid one, have I?
I must protect the wild.
At least not for a while. Ugh, an auspicious start. Yeah, good action. What is this? Well, I'm pretty sure the choice is obvious here, but no weapons. Strong, but Cenarius as a class, legendary, is very powerful. I could use a bit of a spread, but the ogre's too good for late game. The other two are kind of lackluster. Ooh. I think we're getting into a very lot of late game here. As much as I like Mark of the Wild, it's better I actually start getting more creatures. Oh dearie. Really wants me to try a healing touch. The loot hoarder is easily the best of those. What? This is weird. It's not so bad in the arena because you've run into more taunters, otherwise it's expensive. It's really hard to go past double scenarios, really. Silver Moon over those two, not so powerful cards. Ugh. Bite's gonna work better than those other two. Dark Iron Dwarf, since it's got very little actual force. Ugh. We already got the War Golem. But I'm very front heavy, so not Silver Moon Guardian. Within Ring Farseer, power 3. Ooh. You know what? Let's just add another +2 damage spell to the list. Nourish is great. Subpar. Yeah, Starfire. We need a bit more spell power on this deck. Let's see. I need more 2s. Specifically things like character. Ugh. I'm actually gonna go the second ogre here. It's a strong card overall. And Claude take care of early game. Sea Giant's usually the best here, but it's very hard to go past 5-10. Good for its cost. Power of the Wild, excellent. Especially considering I could use more 2s. My 4s are pretty good, but a few things could use an extra reboost. It's too hard to give up the Silverhand Knight. Lacking 3, so cool. Still lacking 3s. But 2s I'm better. Still not good though. Very late game heavy. Whoa. Not much there at all. 9 for Grizz. Mark of Nature. Suppose it's a good alternative to play, and Violet teaches the best out of those. Curve looks nice, but it's not quite as favorable, but double Cenarius, some good class epics. If I can get to the late game, I might actually be able to swing it around, so 5 wins.
I must protect the
Druid
wild.
on Druid to
Nature
begin.
will rise against you.
just realized I'm missing an incredible amount of swipes. So he's not going to be anywhere near as effective. Still, he can still take out most 2s, so... Does he coin and force the claw? Or does he coin and force the hero power?
Wanna blow something up?
Yes, no problem. Could be a sneaky move later, but kind of want to combine it with the Gadgetzan Auctioneer if possible. Hopefully you didn't have a good 2-play ready. Slightly greedy.
For the wilds.
But again, if I can just hold off until I get the Auctioneer out in the field, might be able to net some good card advantage. Unfortunately, I'm already taking a lot of damage trying to negate most of the power. Ouch, Zorn. Bears. Twilight Drakes. Still, I'm hiding behind 3/3. It'll drop to 2. I only got 1 claw though, but it could power the wild. You're right.
I got the best deals anywhere.
I'll swipe. Looks like it's just too greedy for me trying to hold off. It's a waste of Starfire, to be honest. Swipe won't get rid of both of them, and they're both essentially...
Eyes are open. Job's done.
Not so easy to get rid of, and I got something to get rid of something bigger. He's more likely to attack me, because he's going to get more out of the trade. Because I'm going to be forced to trade. Because he could try to take that out to mitigate some damage. Frost Elemental. Probably the most boring turn ever, but it saves my guy.
Job's done.
And get that thing unfrozen. Unfortunately, putting them both at the same time opens me up to claw.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
If only I had 1 more mana.
Silver Moon shall not fall. Silver Moon shall not fall.
Job's done.
Unfortunately, I do need to trade down a little. A single swipe on me will knock off both Divine Shields, but it's still going to have to throw the 3/4 on something. Unless he swipes twice. But he's already swiped once. Sign of Confidence. Second Sonorius. think the boost is going to be the most useful, yeah.
Who dares defile this ancient way?
Remember, kill the loss. Remember, kill the
Sadly,
loss.
losing 2 divine shields.
Job done.
It's painful, but not as painful as what the tree could have done if left to stand. Oh, Cobra.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay, so I lose 1. Not too fast. Really? Don't have enough to play both. Because sadly, one of those is gonna die, so I'm better off trying to trade it down. You're right.
Remember, kill the loss.
Actually, I can attack with Cenorius as well. Drop into 4, pull into that. He's going to be in swipe range anyway. So,
Naturally.
Remember, kill the
as much
loss.
as I'd love to buff everything.
Who dares defile this ancient Job done.
The 2 Cenoriuses in a row is a bit rough.
I concede. No play.
Understandable considering the circumstances.
I must protect the wild.
Quite a few early
Nature
druids.
will rise against you.
See if I could play more to the curve. I can. Means I can brew out an early brewmaster. And still apply the pressure. Unfortunately, I got nothing past turn 4 at the moment. But I've got 2 turns to draw something.
My greetings. My greetings.
Well, hello.
Nature will rise against you. A natural mistake.
Drink with me, friend.
Drink and be merry. Or if you're not merry, at least drink.
Sorry about that. My
You wanna
thanks
blow
to
something
you.
up?
What? What? Oh. Yeah, he played that one that turn. Fair enough.
Challenge accepted.
Job done.
No way am I letting that get a better trade-off. Especially considering I'm gonna throw that out and whatever that into it. Fey Dragon. Sacrificing my Panther for Fey Dragon. Alright.
Job done.
4. Swiped. It's a case of not letting anything stand.
Shall not fall.
You gotta be kidding me!
Well, I can't get rid of it immediately. I don't really want to lose a Fen creep to it, but it's currently my best bet. Otherwise it's ram, 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 and taking that much damage.
Remember, kill to loss.
Job done.
Of course, if he swipes that off,
Locked and loaded.
it makes the other option. Yeah. Or draw by. That works too. Actually, that works better. It'll still hurt, but it won't hurt as much, and I can bluegill the other.
For the wilds.
At least it didn't hurt as much as it could have.
Remember, kill to loss.
Agent of War. It's very hard to find a situation where you'd put that in attack mode. Nourish. Cards, I imagine. See, I could put it in attack mode, but it's just too easy to kill. Same circumstances as the Coilhound. Well, being stealth, there's nothing much I can do to it. Means I'd have less silence or disruption options, but then they wouldn't play any anyway. Could attack, replay it with full power, but I think having the tree down is probably best.
Remember, kill to loss.
The power of the apex. I have a feeling that wolf isn't coming out of hiding for a while. So that's unfortunate. That's more unfortunate. Good. Unfortunately, I think I have to. But if I play the ogre afterwards, I'll have something else to do.
Remember, kill to loss.
For the wilds.
The owl annoyed me more. Still got Cenorius for next turn. Any damage to the ogre can be healed without more than that hitting the field. Then again, a Dark Iron Dwarf SWAT combo would work quite well here.
What to do?
Unfortunately, until I draw my own Nourish, I might be waiting a while. Tricky. It'd be all I could do this turn if I did that. Alternatively, I could play him, throw the trees down.
What to do?
And then brew him back for a new combo. Either way, unless he has a card stronger than that. But I can't kill that off. Couldn't kill it off anyway.
Who dares defile this ancient land? A natural mistake.
Is it? Is it really?
My greetings.
think he'll attack the 8-8, but he might have alternate options. If he brings out a second one, my plan's not exactly going to do much.
Where shall I strike?
Oh, damn it.
Nature will rise against you. Sorry about time waits for no one.
Unfortunately, I drew no good damage cards, so...
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Not looking good. I wanted to draw that card a while ago. Unfortunately, as it stands right now, it's not going to do much.
Pay attention, class.
For Najata.
That was a harmful time. But at least in order to kill either one of these two, he's still going to have to sacrifice cards or bring out another big tree. Or swipe him. Keep something at least, come on.
Just me and Mr. Fighty.
And that'll make an effect card useless. Useless without support, anyway. Seems like a waste of Starfire, but it's probably going to be my best bet.
For the wilds.
Need to get some cards back somehow. This could get 6 health back. With a convoluted combination.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Oh goodness. So many quality cards. It costs too much for the full combo. But at least I can gain some extra health. I think I'll need to...
I
Need health. I'll have to throw 4, 6, 8. If I leave him out though, I won't get any extra healing.
I'll put it on your tab.
My eyes are open.
Job's done.
And it can also take out anything he has on the field. Of course, you can take it out with a Starfire, that combination. But there's nothing much else you can do at this stage. Otherwise, it's Ram Mold 3. Somehow
Your
powered up.
magic shall not save you.
Or die! Or both.
Nature will rise against you.
And I've lost. That's just too much to come back from.
Well played.
3, 7, 11, 13.
I concede.
Nothing I can do. Running start.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Going first, it's not a good hand. And I just drew an even worse one. I've almost got every 6+ card I own in my hand.
For the wild.
Wow, that was a great turn. I'm going to be forced to play the dwarf on turn 4 unless I draw something else in 2 consecutive turns. Or I draw even more nothing. That could happen too. It's not really worth it.
For the wild.
Dies with virtually no sacrifice. Whereas I could play that next turn, hopefully get a bit more traction back.
What to do? What to do?
Unlikely. And unlikely just turn into slightly more likely. So I could claw it. Give my panther something. But then my panther won't be able to do much afterwards.
For the
Oh, it gets
wild.
rid of it. Now I've got a panther that can be frostbolted. Instead of a dark iron dwarf that can be frostbolted and then hit with something else. If you fire blast it, I'll just Najatai it back up again. What? Why did I not draft any swipes? 2 of them have attack power. It's unfortunate. None of my moves are going to be that beneficial.
I wonder.
Still, I take out the one that side, Najatai healer. It's probably my best bet.
Job's done.
That way, I've at least got a healed minion on the field. And he's only got 1 attacking taunter. Frostbolt. Cone of Frost. Doesn't have enough. Will he sacrifice it? Yes. Sacrifice indeed. Well, Starfire is virtually useless for that purpose. Starfire's a waste. I could forward hero power, but I'd be waiting the hero power something, so Might as well summon something that's out of flame strike range.
Job's done.
Although Blizzard could be next on the list. Just keep stalling it out. Fortunately I got that to draw 3 cards, so it isn't too bad if I'm stuck being stalled out. Well, isn't as bad. Considering I can Ogre next turn.
I wonder.
If I draw a 2 cost, I can also just draw 3 cards anyway. As great as 2 mana crystals sound, it's not going to help as much. Frostbolt. Yeah, very determined to make sure I can't attack with anything. This is reminiscent of old Frost Mage decks. I still need to play a non-flame strikeable target.
Time runs out on me.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Oops. Still not worth stopping. I have a pretty good idea that it is going to be Flame Strike. Unfortunately, at best, I can only take out a mirror image. It's definitely set up a Flame Strike. So I'm going to lose the Boulder Fist Ogre cheaply. Anyway, that has to attack. Starfire is just not good here. However, that can kill anything.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
For the wilds.
Unfortunately, I don't have the mana to return back my healer and player again. Has to sacrifice a creature to ditch Divine Shield if they wish to Flame Strike. Or they can Flame Strike and then ditch a creature. Nope, no Flame Strike yet. Seriously? Jeez, flooding the field. Again though, still not worth Starfiring. Really not worth Starfiring. Because the unfortunate thing is that's what they could be counting on. That they just don't Starfire at all. Interesting. That'll be handy later. Still not really worth Starfiring. Very hard for me to justify a Starfire at this point in time. Suppose I could summon 2 Force Draw at the Flame Strike. That way I'll only still lose 1 creature.
Remember Kel'Thalas!
I'll put it on your tab.
Must you? My tab can get quite expensive.
You call that a weapon?
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to waste him, but if I want that Flame Strike, I'm going to have to draw it out somehow. And if it's not a Flame Strike, I at least have a chance of killing a creature. And possibly him summoning something that's worthy of being Starstruck. Yes, it's called Starfire. There it is. Hard to be surprised when you saw it coming from a mile away. Oh, yeah, that works. let's bring out the ogre. Let's make the polymorph worth it. Huh? Is he summoning Deathwing?
Sorry about that.
Oof. Could summon Cenorius, but there's two ways I can do this. Remember, I can always Starfire them instead. But if they did that, then it's unlikely that they have Polymorph.
Who dares defy
Trees! What's worse is I could Brewmaster attack. Could be Mirror Entity, won't hurt me much. This move definitely won't hurt me.
naturally?
For the wild.
Let's test if it's Vaporize or else. Nope. And then test for Mirror Entity.
Drink with me, friend.
Nope. Not that either. Better off over this side.
For Najata.
Job's done.
Minions everywhere. Could be Counterspell. No, the Render probably won't. I don't want either of them Counterspell. Very effective in this situation, it's Counterspell. What's worth the sacrifice? Well, if it's Counterspell, I won't be hurt too much if that is negated, because I have an alternative kill play. It's not a happy kill play, but it's a kill play. If it's not negated, then actually, yeah, no. Alright. I wish I had a small spell to test first, but... No! Then that changed my turn a lot.
For the wild.
Challenge accepted.
Then the most likely point of call is Ice Block. So I'll have to play to dropping them as low as possible without actually defeating them. Which is quite possible. Disappointing. Not quite sure it's necessary. Either way, I want to both simultaneously trigger the Ice Block and that. +2, +2.
Who dares defy this ancient land?
Alright. 14 points of damage, so... got 15 points of damage on the field. Okay. Likely don't want to lose a minion, but...
Wonder.
4, 5...
Time waits for no one.
I don't think it's going to be enough for a weapon.
Challenge accepted.
Unfortunately, this is also a very heavily flame-strikeable field.
To Northrend!
That I'm not so worried about. Gotta attack the tree.
You win this.
Well played.
Guess they didn't think I could survive the double attack. The 2 turns. The axe one.
Protect the wild.
There seems to be a lot of
Nature
druids in
will
this run.
rise against you.
Yeah, I kind of paid for a place in the Grizzly before. Still kind of did now. Be nice to wait that long, but I don't think I'm gonna have the... Oh dear. What is coming out?
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
For the moment, I thought I had to panic. Still not desirable, though. It's a very big tone play, but ultimately it just means it's going to be slowed down a little. It's a good queen to swipe. That would mess up my day a bit. That works too. One claw. That's not claw. Unfortunately, 2 attacks not enough.
You call that a weapon?
I'm sure I have 2 attacks. I'll definitely be forced to trade. Fair enough. Shouldn't really play the gadgets here because he's likely going to die anyway. So alternatively,
Mind if I roll knee?
unfortunately a very swipeable field. Uh-oh. So they're mousing over that one. Swipe already? Nobody's gonna pound the 2-1. He's not. Ooh, this is good. I didn't see that coming. I don't even need to sacrifice the loot order, actually. It's unfortunate, though. It would be good for the auctioneer to be out.
For the wild.
Om nom timer.
Give me that!
All leading up to the Ancient of War next turn. I'll likely save that till the very end. Hopefully with the Genshin auctioneer. Apparently not a giant ogre.
Hey, give me that!
If he's got a reliable method of taking it out, that could be a mistake. Yeah, last one got silenced and he could just claw it, so I'm not going to give him a free ride this time. Let's see if he plays it cautiously. Or if he has a hand of, I'm going to just keep buffing these things. Unfortunately, I'm not exhausting it, and exhausting him fast enough. He took his time, so it's probably not a silence. Draw 3. Good move on that part. Is he going to run into it? Probably not. Depends if he thinks I want to make the trade or not. Which means my caution paid off. There's definitely no point in me wall breaking this time.
For the wild.
Unfortunately, he just drew into a lot of cards, which means he's got plenty of ways of probably dealing with creatures. Seven versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 cards. 7 versus 6 cards.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Okay, nothing significant so far.
Give me a quest.
That thing's gotta die. I don't care if I lose 2 health of this thing, that thing's gotta die. No, gotta kill the questing adventurer. I can't kill the questing adventurer. Not good. At least I lose no health on my Ancient of War. Thanks to the combo. Could summon trees, but they're not going to do that much.
I wonder.
Yeah, I got the Mega Creature play later.
My eyes are open.
Pay attention, class!
Could wild growth to get a 1/1, but I'm far better off waiting till it's a new spell later.
For the wild.
Job's done.
Well, drew into a Starfire. Shapeshift, and that could finish it off. Not really. Oh, Zorn. That's just
Rise
being rude.
against you.
Maybe Smarty will kill off that one. Well, actually, no, kill off her. And again, I never said these people are known for pretty often move. But they also have imperfect information and have no idea I can buff them out of range. In fact, I need to think carefully which one I'm actually going to send, but I still think it's going to be them.
What to do? Who dares defile this ancient land?
Demigod's favor!
Begins.
Good done 10 to the face, but I still got lethal on this turn. As much as it could go horribly. But you'd have to figure out a way to stop the majority of the cards. Starfire number 2 is a pretty good start. Still facing 10 points of damage. Possibly more if I get my combination out next turn.
I'll put it on your tab.
Okay, so he's forcing me to make the sacrifice. But the sacrifice won't be in vain. The question is this too greedy?
I got the best deals anywhere.
Possibly I'll only have 3 mana.
I am ready to learn.
Oh, excess mana, hello.
I am ready to learn.
This could be a mistake. This could be a big mistake. Yeah, it's too much.
Instruction begins.
For the wild, I'm waiting for no
Too much
one.
of a risk. That was possibly a very greedy play.
I am the blade of the goddess.
4 health would be enough to get out of range. Because I can only deal at best 12 points of damage. Took me down to 30, but we put back up to 5. Kobold's not going to help much here. This
Time to pay.
is probably being overcautious.
Time to pay.
For the wilds.
Do as you say. I shall do as you say.
Yep.
For Nazata.
Demolisher, so Taunter? No. Not enough mana. It's slightly weaker Taunter. No, it just makes it impossible for me to kill in a single shot.
Shields up.
Well, I've got too many cards in my hand to require to draw more. I'd rather less damage on him. So
Naturally.
he'll be put down to claw range, but
Time to pay. Time to pay!
Where shall I strike?
Time to pay!
I shall do as you say. I shall do as you say.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Can't play any others.
Time waits for no one.
Well, there we go.
I concede to you.
Yep.
Well played.
Probably let that go longer than I should have, but caution still got the victory.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Not too bad for an opening hand. You're right, we'll hold it. Not the worst it could have gone. That I could have waited for. I know the deck says have it now. No point really playing any others, so... Panther! And I have the heal if I really need it. Well, they really want me to kill that. But that's fine with me. I'll save the bear. You're right.
My eyes are open.
The reason why I'm not playing bear right now is because next could be Frostbolt.
Tastingo! Yes!
And well, no need to waste creatures, I don't need to.
You call that a weapon?
Of course.
Light exchanges at the moment. I would have had something more significant, but nothing to swipe. Could be a could be a major issue. If he drops to 4 health, I could kill it with that. Alright.
What to do? For the wilds.
Done.
Might not have been the smartest. Just depends on the frostbolt amount.
May my ancestors watch over me.
In this case, a daughter. Most efficient method. I don't have one. Take out the ogre in one hit. Create Sylvan Guard and he just pings off the shield.
Squire, attend me.
Done. Ready, sir. Truth is my shield.
Oh, really? Well, this is unfortunate.
For the wild.
battle!
If you insist.
Really can't afford to take any more damage. I do have wild growth, but I could save the spell for later, and getting out 2 things is better than 1 right now.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Mind if I roll need?
He only has the choice of what he wants to Fire Blast. Not quite enough for the blast. Really? That's the way you wish to do it? Not what I was thinking.
Hey,
I suppose
give me
since I'm
that!
doing this, I might as well see what I get. War Golem. I could draw the polymorph, but I'll get slightly more damage this way. Slightly more damage.
For the wild!
Remember, kill for lust.
Now I can ping off the shield. No, sheep.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Although, not so much now.
For the wild!
Job's done.
See if they have any more polymorphs in that. Will I get off the value play? So it's not immediately a polymorph. Could Fireball sacrifice. Wow.
Put it on your tab.
That was a lot to commit. Risky play going for the mega value, but yeah, alright.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Pay attention, class.
Flame Strike won't hurt me too badly. Really?
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
This very much looks like a Pyroblast play.
I am ready to learn.
That's cool. Think I might have just saved myself there.
I am ready to learn.
Or at least she's gonna save me.
Instruction begins.
Well played.
Time to pay.
For Najata.
For the
A
wild!
little extra health doesn't hurt. Hopefully take advantage of that. I'm now out of the Pyroblast range. Unfortunately, a very good Flame Strike field. But it's going to take multiple...
Well played.
Well played.
Well, this is an interesting end.
Who dares defile this ancient
Time to pay.
Instruction begins.
I shall do as you say.
Crisis averted.
protect the wild.
Not the wildest of starts. Keep me a buyer. That helps. That doesn't help. Yeah, Hunters can't really get rid of the 1 damage, but he's mainly there for his ability, not his actual
Ready for action!
power. Move still doesn't change.
Job's done.
Rawr, it's Tiger. What do you do? Secret, tell everybody. Could be Snake Trap, could be Snipe, and it's definitely not worth wasting the Boogle on that. So we'll see if it's Snake Trap first. It's Freezing Trap. That's pretty cool. Doesn't hurt me too much because I already had a third turn play. And here comes the Hound Master. Okay. I suppose the question comes down to, do I expect him to trade? The answer is yes.
Shall not fall.
Deadly Shot now has a chance of hitting something stronger, but I also have the chance of that thing being able to kill something without actually worrying about the threat of death. Well, that's not actually a beast, so I'm fine with that regard. Starfighting 4-3 won't do much good. I need full mana to play that, so... Actually, no. I should bring the Panther back out again. Although that... But it would take more damage from that, which will put it in range for the shot, so... You're right. It's my friend the Panther.
Get in there! Fight, maggot!
Remember, kill for lust.
Job's done.
Let's see what they got. At least got 5 safe damage against something. And multiple things that could take that out without much of an issue. I would like to get the Violet Teacher out first, but I doubt I'm going to run into that luxury. Okay. Double secret. Tell everyone. Do I mind that taking 2 points of damage? No. What's more important? Panther abusive. If it gets sniped, I'll be in a bit of trouble, but not terribly much. It will avoid snipe, but it'll be better off with something else. Yeah, I like my 2-cost Panther, so... Alright.
I'll put it on your tab.
And it.
My wrath!
Interesting. So after all that, I still have the Panther again. Yeah, I took out 2 cards, but 2 cards I didn't need anymore.
Do you like to play with fire?
Not really. Oh, hello, birdie. Unfortunately, I'd rather that not survive.
For the wild.
I don't develop the board, but I don't give him a chance to redevelop the board. I still got a 5 points of damage sitting there waiting. And if he throws down another trap... There you go. Ooh, loot order. Nice. Multi-shot, but being so far ahead, it's not going to be much of an issue. And that's a really weak set of creatures, the multi-shot. It's a secret, tell everybody. Well, it's explosive trap, that'll push them over the edge to survive. And I can play Najtar Healer next turn. Because that'll be enough to survive the trap.
Who dares defile the land?
I'd rather hit more with it, but...
Hey, give me that!
And above! Lucky me.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Ooh. This is very countering hand. Against a mage, though... Loot Order's not going to be as strong. One of my 3/2s. Ooh, I replaced everything. Not a good start. Especially considering Bluegill Warrior is a countering card. Oh, this is gonna be a boring turn.
For the wild.
Probably gonna stay that way if I don't draw anything else useful to work with. Of course, it also depends if they've got anything to up the tempo. Unfortunately, nowhere near as strong as this sort of deck. Zero can ping off the shields without no However, at least can deal with a 3 cost. I have to deal with a 3 cost. Would have been better earlier.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Unfortunately, increasing my ability to summon creatures isn't helpful at this point. At least it's nowhere near as easy to fire blast off.
Remember, Kel'Thalas!
Yep, alright. Cone of Cold's gonna hit everything anyway. Still better to try to create some degrees of separation.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
It's a lot of cards. Very few actual cards have been played in this game. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Mostly fire blasts.
I wonder.
What are you up to? That's in a strange position where I can actually increase the power of a younger creature. Could trade it off, but if I do it that way, it's a 1-for-1 exchange. But I don't want to just ram them into him.
I wonder.
It's really an unhappy exchange, but I lose 1.5 cards to kill that Fen Creeper.
you insist. Remember, kill for loss.
Unfortunately, having 8-1 next turn's not
For the wild.
Probably want to throw out the War Golem first, because I like being behind a 5-10 Tauntaun more than behind a 7-7 blank. And it's still a very high cost polymorph target. I like virtually no flame strike options in my hand. All pretty big cards. With big hands comes much deliberation. Did they AFK out? I didn't see any deliberation, so they might have AFK'd out.
To battle!
Remember, kill for loss.
Didn't quite have lethal, but I got it set up next turn. War Golem it is.
Time runs out on me. I wonder.
A sad way to win it, but there's not exactly much I can do in this situation. Except try to get over quickly. It's a shame. I had so many options in my hand. It's a wonder what they might have had. But even connection issues can be a issue in the arena.
Let the hunt begin.
I did have this
I must
time when I
protect
was
the wild.
in an arena match, and then my power randomly decided to go out. There was a storm in the background, but it didn't have had been going for, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours. I do have a second turn play. You alright?
Mind if I roll need?
Let's roll out the aggression carpet. And with this combination, I can still take out any 3 cost. Could have multi-shot, but the 2 I'd lose isn't exactly her profile.
No, hey, give me that!
Hopefully my tempo is slightly faster. That's not helpful. Neither is that. So right now, I could clear that off, but then it'd have a 1-1 for me, a 2-1 for me to deal with. So best for me to just keep up. And hopefully have that take something out. No, he's gonna kill command. Darn it. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one of those he takes out. Still got the efficient trade. That's just me. That's unnecessary. In fact, nothing in my hand.
For the wild.
Good. Unfortunately, tempo swing his direction. But I do have the 6 damage combo next turn. The way he's playing, he doesn't really have anything that significant. Could be release the hounds. I could claw it away, but I just don't know what else they have. Could clear that, but it would slow me down too much, and I can't claw it afterwards, so... What pen creeper is? I hope they don't have deadly shot. At least the hounds won't do much here. That tiger, however... Najda healer is a waste here. I think it might just be me having the biggest stuff on the field. Because I could take that tiger as soon as it comes out of stealth. You're right.
What you looking at? Job done.
In fact, I can use claw instead of bite. Hopefully having the bigger creatures enough. Of course, you could Dark Iron Dwarf to power that up. But I'd still be open to the combo to take him out. More puppies. Interesting. Well, I'm definitely not going to bite that. Because that would be a waste. Unfortunately, I won't. I'll have the Ancient next turn. I could develop him this turn, but that just gives him more opportunities to take it out with something easier. 1, 2, 3, which would leave me with 4. Which means I couldn't play anything this turn.
What to do?
I didn't exactly want to do this, but I think it's my best bet. If I had 1 extra mana, I would have clawed and then brought out clawed power healer. But I didn't, so we just have to dig out a big tree. Doesn't seem likely they have deadly shot from the way they're just sitting back. Cause it could be a cunning ploy. I guess we'll see in a bit. Hopefully a bit. Slightly indecisive here.
Moves quickly.
Time does move quickly. It's the buzzard and the tiger. What? That... What? I don't know what the effect of that was. Down to 6. I think they're trying to make the tiger strong enough to take it out. Best
For the wild.
I played that wrong.
Ornajata.
Because I now intend to actually summon this guy.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
A natural mistake.
I was intending to originally, but I changed my mind. That's why you want to pre-plan all your moves out beforehand. And still got the potent 6 damage claw swipe combo.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Oh, Shadow Beast. Alright then. Ew. It's tempting to throw him out, but I can get more minions. 4, 6 leaves me with 3 though. Yeah, it might be better to bring him out. But I'd rather slightly more efficient trades. So...
For the wilds.
9, 11, not down to lethal though. Let's see. 5 to 7 drops him to 12. And then next turn, drop big stuff. It's more mana efficient though to drop. You're right. could be a mistake.
Remember my wrath.
We'll put more pressure on them in order to be able to get themselves back into the game. But on issue. Yep, okay. In game.
Well played.
Well. I might not have had lethal if I didn't play that. But he might have had deadly shot. Imperfect game. With imperfect knowledge. Well, I wouldn't say imperfect game. You know what I mean. Oops.
We'll fight with honor.
I must protect the wild.
To try to get ahead early or not. Yeah, right. If I was going second, that would have been a definite keep, because that way I could then keep up with them. At this point, it's a definite maybe. If they coin out something like the Loot Hoarder, I'm going to have to take care of it instead of Wild Growthing, and then that just becomes lower on the priority list to cast. She's got more and more of a mana curve to cast. However, if they don't summon anything of significance,
I feel icky.
that's something I gotta take care of.
For the wild.
3 points of damage, but oh well.
Mind if I roll need?
To take 2 damage on the bear, or just to kill it outright. Well, I need to start developing the board, so it's not quite enough mana for Hammer of Wrath, so I'm safe from that for now. Unless he coins Hammer of Wraths. He's like a bit of a waste for a 3/3 bear that he can take out with the majority of circumstances. Which is why developing the bear is a slightly safer option, because he doesn't want to spend anything too big to get rid of it. In fact, he's probably not going to... Nope, there it is. To attack or not? Well, that's safe from Consecration, which you can do next turn. Could True Silver Champion that, but that was going to happen anyway. If that was going to happen. Could trade, kill that, and then play the Loot Hoarder.
I wonder.
But I'd be then swinging behind in tempo. Whereas that thing's a toner, could get consecrated. But I'd still be in the stronger position if I had that guy out. Alright.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
So many options. Oh, that's unfortunate. Will he summon the 1/1 recruit?
Reporting for duty.
Ooh, he did. Actually, summoning Silverhand Knight, the 2/1s could take out the others. That will at least yield me a card. 6-turn play, I can play him.
I wonder.
So I can at least kill 2 and still have something on the field. He's more likely to trade with me though, so...
Mind if I general need.
For the wilds.
Remember, kill for loss.
Job's done.
Of course, he could consecrate and completely negate this move, but either way, the ogre's coming out next turn. Either way, something's gonna happen. The aim is to force your opponent
Let me
into
think.
making less than favorable options. Of course, he will need some thinking time in this.
Attention, class.
I'm ready to learn.
Reporting for duty.
That's a lot of silver recruits. Unfortunately, killing that's more important than anything else right now. But I could develop the board, then it'd be 3 into the 4, 1 of that to kill it. Oh, tough decisions.
Hey, give me that.
Job's done.
Unfortunately, it gives them the initiative because now they can attack or Blessings of Kings on their minions. At least this way, I'm not so worried about. Nope, here it comes.
Reporting for duty.
Over my claw? No. Let's see, I could play the 3 and the 4. Or do I try to draw bites? Or I play those 2 instead. We lose the other in Farseer, but then I could take that. I'll hang off the Divine Shield though. Then I'll have 8 mana, Golem, something else. Could have that. And drop it down to 3, so... Decisions.
What to do?
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Of course he could play Consecration and then just completely mess up the play. That could happen too. But at this rate, he probably wants me to make the exchanges instead of him now.
I wonder.
It's close. Getting much closer. And I only got an extra 3-point heal. So me taking damage right now isn't exactly favorable.
Me think.
I must move quickly.
A year and a day, people lost the way.
It's time for a little blood. My shield for Argon.
Ah, 4 HP. I now have to expend much more to kill that one.
What to do?
So I could clear that one out of the way now, but that one's more dangerous and more likely to deal me more damage. It's too bad I didn't have a 4 cost or 1 more mana. See, it just gets too hard to play that when you got so many other plays you need to make instead.
I wonder.
So, you claw Earthling Farseer. It's probably my best bet here.
For the wild.
My eyes are open.
No way am I letting him get the extra attack now. Best to get them to do it themselves. Would I take the 6 damage to try to hold card advantage? Yes. And another key issue is I can also play a Cenarius next turn to buff. Dearie. That's not helpful. High-level paladins and their weapons. This is just getting
For the wild.
Gotta play to win. Can't sit back too much. Could have played Cenarius for the safe play, but then he would have just traded one of his other drakes for it. At least now I got a 7/7 to help reduce and maybe force him to trade. He might think he's too far ahead.
You love my new recipe.
Ouch. Oh, what?
Well played.
It's going for me.
Who dares defile this ancient land?
It's not enough. One, two, three.
Well played.
Just not enough.
I concede.
Well,
I must protect
Seems
the wild.
Druid must
Nature
battle.
will rise against you.
Sadly, the loot hole isn't good right here. Although it could be used to slow tempo, but eh. Oh, I got a kobold. And it's definitely not worth coining out the kobold units. However, summoning it normally.
No, take
On those strange times when you draw into a mana curve. Does he power up again?
For the crusade!
Yeah, that's more annoying. This is painful.
For the wild.
3 damage is more dangerous to me than it is to him.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
I could have clawed it off and have something, but then I'd be getting too behind on tempo. At least this way I can play something that will have a chance to
Pay
get around this
attention,
turn.
class.
And hopefully get an army of 1/1 creatures. No?
Where shall I strike?
Oh. Really? An unusual way to do it, but definitely a way. Could bring out the ghoul, but the ghoul's just gonna die to that hero power. Bear's gonna do the same. The ghoul's actually weaker in this situation.
For the wild.
Same damage other way. Because he might have something you want to play that's full mana cost.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Yep, that definitely seems to be a turn. Actually, if I do that... 1, 2... Rammed that to make it 1-1, I attacked, knock it down next turn. Ties up 2 mana, but I could play Power the Wild. Alternatively... drop the Bear. Bear, Claw, Power the Wild.
I wonder...
So that way I have 2 creatures to face him rather than 1. Okay. Better solution this way.
For the wild!
Nah, definitely would rather have 2 creatures than 1.
Time waits for no one.
No, it doesn't. That way he's at least going to have to exchange a card to deal with that. Because it could be swipe hero power to kill it, but...
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Oh. Jeez.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Ugh, let's further insult to injury. 3, 6, Taz tanks it out. Heroes go that. That kill Ogre. That kill Power Coin Ogre. That kill Power Silver Hand Knight. So 5, 6. Wait, what? I want the extra one? Ah, power to kill that. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Squire, attend me!
Ready, sir.
For the wild! Time waits for no one.
No, time doesn't. Now probably hero power 1, kill the other, or he could attack. Or he could have claw and just completely mess things up. Or swipe. Swipe rather than claw. Swipe kills that, then he only has to hero power that, attack with both, and he still has 4 mana to cast something else.
I wonder...
Attack me direct wouldn't be the best idea with what I've got in the field. Unless he has a big taunter, but he hasn't played it yet. Semi-big taunter. Unfortunately, he leaves me with 1 forecast on the field I can't exactly do much with yet. So something slightly more synergetic. Do I attempt to draw options? Leave myself vulnerable? Or do I play the taunter and try to wait it out a little? This would have been useful to have the coin. Unfortunately, I think this is the part where the bigger creature is going to work better, and next turn I can fend and divine. Well, divine shield himself. Slightly more mana efficient. I got something I can immediately deal with that. So he now has to think of possibly trading away. which then allows me to spring that trap, you could say. Oh, ancient warrior. I'm not going anywhere for a while. Let's try and decide whether to attack my creatures or me.
Time waits for
So I
no
could take it
one.
out with those two, and that would still survive. Stick behind a taunt or divine shield, which would probably be my main play right now. Well, he didn't expect me to throw out a taunter. Is it a too big of a risk for me to drop it down to 1 HP? There is the possibility of claw.
I wonder.
In fact, because of claw, I should probably smack that thing.
Me smash.
Very descriptions.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
So work if he doesn't have swipe. Unfortunately, we're pretty... 7 wins, it's definitely inconceivable for someone to have swipe or some other big card.
What to do?
Glory to the Sindora.
Nature will rise against you. Nature will
That is
rise
just
against
unfair.
you.
I know I have to sacrifice everything to basically keep that, to kill that thing. And he's still got so much more mana. Six, 5, 11, it's not game over. Still gotta figure out what's gonna kill. That's right. Now I have to ram the ogre. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. That really doesn't help. I have to do it. That Blood Knight really messed me up.
Me smash. My eyes are open.
Mind if I roll knee?
Unfortunately, the greedy auctioneer play won't exactly be there. Unfortunately, even Cenarius isn't going to be good enough here.
Ready, sir.
Probably going to attack direct. That's what I do. Nope. Still trying to limit my options. I'm going to have to try to fish for a better solution, or you can just whack, whack. No low. Yep, I need to. 6, 3, 13, 15. Possible card to finish me off. It's 2 taunters. He whacks that, drops them both to 3. Drops to 3, drops to 2. Probably just end up smacking me. Otherwise I go 4, 4. Gets killed by that, gets killed by those two and still survives, hits me to 6. But they could potentially lose more cards.
I'll put it on your tab.
Hearts for no one. Job done.
Unfortunately, this is probably the end.
Is my shield.
Really? Is there anything in the deck I could conceivably draw to this? Doubt it. No.
Well played.
Nothing to do there.
I my time.
Defeat 3. Never a happy time. Well, did better than I was expecting. Unfortunately, just a little too close. Well, that's it for another rerun. This is Equiste signing out.